Good afternoon. The title and topic for my policy and my infographic of which it relates is Dechlorination to Save Our Aquatic Marine Nation. The purpose for this policy push is to further regulate or create a means of which we have a stronger form of regulatory operations for when basically new infrastructure of water mains are being developed, and when the disinfection process of those set water mains are being flushed, that we have a form of proper dechlorination to release the waters into the environment without discharging this water, of which is of high chlorine content. Basically, if we discharge safe water with very low to minimum chlorine residuals, basically anything less than 2 or 3 parts per million, which is what's considered as our safe drinking water supply and our public water supply, it would be deemed that it's not harmful to the environment. Hence, safe water discharging is the goal of this policy. Due to our ever-expanding infrastructure and the population increase of which we are currently seeing throughout the world, especially we can witness this in Florida, especially Miami, as we've seen high growth. All this development requires infrastructure, and with all that infrastructure requires water main development. So we are seeing more and more that the lax regulations that we have here in Florida, we are discharging more waters into environments. And the problem with this is a lot of these waters could then lead to streams, rivers, and estuaries, and eventually into our canals, which lead to the ocean. Now, by the time this water might get to the ocean, if it's not located being discharged within close proximity, the chlorine might dissipate. But we will still have fish kills in areas of rivers and lakes, and those fish kills then create a whole other sort of ecological problem. Now, chlorine is a toxic chemical. Yes, although it's used as a disinfectant, it's something we shouldn't be flushing into our environment. Responsible discharging is the goal of this policy, because if we were able to mitigate and dechlorinate the water properly as set in other states which have proper regulations at the state level standards, then we would be able to protect our aquatic life, plants, and our ecological systems much more safely than we currently are doing now. And that is the purpose why I believe that we should enforce dechlorination of water mains that are being disinfected for the creation of new water main infrastructure. This dechlorination process should be mandatory and overseen by some type of environmental regulation authority, such as FDEP.